Camp X, Chapter 12. "I'll get it," I yelled as the phone rang out. I threw the dishcloth onto the counter and ran for the phone. We just finished delivering the papers, and we were finishing up the breakfast dishes we'd left behind that morning. "Hello?" I said as I picked it up. "Hello, is this Jack?" asked a man's voice. I didn't recognize it. "No, this is George. I'll go and get, that's all right. This is Bill." "Bill?" My heart rose into my throat. "Bill from the place? Did I make such a poor impression that you've almost forgotten me?" No, I just wasn't expecting you to call us. I told you we'd be in touch. Now go and get your brother so I can talk to both of you." "Sure, yeah, right away." I dropped the phone and ran toward the kitchen. Jack, come quick," I yelled at the top of my lungs. What's wrong?" Jack looked annoyed. "It's Bill," I said, my voice barely a whisper. Bill from the you-know-what?" Jack asked, lowering his voice. I nodded my head. "What does he want?" "He said he wants to talk to us." Jack rushed back and picked up the phone. "Hello? Yep, yes." He nodded his head as he listened to words I couldn't hear. "Now?" Jack asked. He seemed surprised. That one word took my breath away. I had no idea what they were saying, but whatever it was, it obviously couldn't wait. "Okay, sure, we can do that. Bye." Jack placed the receiver in its cradle. "Go and make sure the front door is locked," he told me. "Why?" "Because Mom always likes us to lock the front door when we go out." "Out where?" I asked anxiously. Jack smiled. "I'm not entirely sure. But, we're going out to the highway, and we're going to be picked up." "By who?" I demanded. "Bill. Or somebody he's sending to get us. Now go and check the door, and let's get going." "But what about the kitchen? We haven't finished cleaning up yet." "You can finish the kitchen if you want," Jack said, "and I'll go without you. I don't know what good a little crybaby like you could do anyway." He paused. "You coming or what?" "I'm coming." I ran and checked the front door. It was locked. I heard the side door slam and raced through the house to catch up with Jack. He was already outside and halfway up to the road. I chased after him, slowing to a walk when I finally came up beside him. "Did he say anything more?" I asked. "Sure." "What else?" "He said goodbye." "Could you get serious? Did he say anything else about what we're doing?" "Nothing except to the highway and walk." We cut through the vacant lot and took the path, coming out on the shoulder of the highway. A car whizzed by, followed by a swirl of dust. There were 2 more cars behind that one, and another coming in the opposite direction. None of them looked like the one that had dropped us off the other night. "Which way do we walk?" I asked. He didn't say. "Let's just walk toward the camp." We started walking along the shoulder of the road, facing the oncoming traffic. A big truck rumbled toward us, and I turned my head slightly to avoid the dust and gravel. We kept trudging along as car after car passed. "Maybe we should have gone in the other direction." "I don't know," Jack said. "Are you sure he didn't say anything else?" "I'm sure. Almost as sure as I am that I wish I'd left you at." A car tooted its horn, and we looked up. It was Chief Smith in his police cruiser, and as he passed, he waved at us. Had Bill sent the chief to get us? The car didn't even slow down as it continued along the highway. "For a split second, I thought he was the one we were meeting," Jack said, voicing my thoughts. "That would have surprised me so much that it wouldn't even have surprised me," I said. "What does that mean?" Jack asked. "I don't think I understand anything that's been going on, and just as I think I do understand something, I find out I'm wrong." Jack started to laugh. I thought it was only me who felt that way, and... My brother suddenly stopped mid-sentence. Up ahead, a dirty truck slowed down and pulled off to the side of the road. "Is that them?" I asked. In answer, the back door of the truck popped open, and Bill leaned out. "Hurry up, before somebody comes," he yelled. We both raced up and leaped into the truck. He slammed the door behind us, and before we could even settle down on the seats, it started moving again. I grabbed onto the side of the seat to stop myself from being thrown backwards. Beside Bill, there was a driver and another man in the back. I'd never seen either of them before. "We thought we'd gone the wrong way," Jack said. "We had to wait until there was nobody else on the highway," Bill said. "That was the 4th time we'd passed you. We were heading in one direction when the chief of police honked his horn at the 2 of you. How does he know you boys?" "He really doesn't," Jack said. "He was just talking to us one day." "Do you know about him?" I asked. "We know a lot of things," he said cryptically. "Just what did you mean specifically?" "I mean that his family name is really Schmidt, and he's of German descent." I could tell that Jack hoped he was giving them information they didn't have, but he was out of luck. It's our business to know that kind of thing, and it pays to be observant. He turned around in his seat to look at us. "You must be wondering why we asked you to meet us." "You said there was something you wanted to talk to us about," Jack said. "Do you think you could do me a favor?" "Sure, no problem," Jack said eagerly. "Definitely," I agreed. "I thought you boys were smarter than that." Jack gave him a questioning look. "It's wise to never agree to do anything you haven't heard yet. Want to hear about it?" We both nodded our heads in agreement. "I was hoping you could deliver a package for me. This package," he said, tapping his hand against a bag that sat at his side. "Sure we can." Jack stopped himself. "What is it?" Bill started to laugh. "Now that's much better. It's a bomb." "A bomb?" I gasped. "And I want you to deliver it to the DIL plant." I felt a terrible rush of fear and confusion. "We can't do that," I blurted out. "We won't do that," Jack growled. What was going on? He was asking us to deliver a bomb to the plant where our mother worked. He wanted us to help him blow up the plant and... "Oh, I imagine I should have mentioned that it's a fake bomb. Here, have a look," he said as he opened up the bag. Inside were a few wires and a large chunk of clay. "It's clay, isn't it? Like they used on the railroad bridge," Jack said. "Yes, that's right. You did witness some of our men practicing the demolition of the trestle." "I still don't understand why you use clay. Wouldn't it be better to use something that looks like sticks of dynamite?" Jack asked. "It would if we used dynamite for our explosions. We use plastique." "What's plastique?" "It's a powerful new form of explosive. It resembles modeling clay. If a package of plastique as big as this hunk of clay were to explode, it would create a crater in this road over 30 feet wide. And while pieces of this car would be flung in all directions for hundreds of feet, all that would remain of us would be a watery vapor rising into the air. They would not be able to determine how many people had been in this vehicle at the time of detonation." "Wow," I said softly under my breath. "I've never heard of it," Jack said. "That's not surprising. It's very new. Our men are still getting used to it. Last winter, some of them used plastique to blow up an ice dam that had formed on the creek. Used far too much of it, and blew out windows for miles around." "We heard about that," I said. "You did?" he asked, surprised. "Our records show you didn't move here until well after that incident." "Mr. Crum told us," I explained. "Mr. Crum knows a great deal," he said, and he didn't sound happy about it. "So would you like to know why we're asking you to bring this fake bomb into the DIL plant?" "Yeah, why?" Jack asked. "Part of our job is to find ways to destroy enemy targets. We need practice targets. At the same time, we have many sites that enemy agents might wish to destroy. By trying to blow up these targets, we not only practice our skills, we also learn how vulnerable our targets are to an actual enemy attack. We then tell them how to improve their security so they will be better protected." "So it's like playing war," I said. "It's not that simple," Jack argued. "Actually, it is. Our men are always playing war." "You've done this before?" "Oh my heavens, I think we've attacked the DIL plant more than 30 times. It's one of our favorite targets because it's a prime location for enemy sabotage." "And when you attack it, do you always get in?" Jack asked. "Not always, but many times we have. And then they adjust their procedures to make it impossible, or at least much more difficult, to breach security in that manner." "And you want us to break in?" I asked hesitantly. "Certainly not," Bill said. "Breaking in could be quite dangerous. Our guards are well armed." But didn't you say you wanted us to deliver it?" "Yes, but you're not going to break in. We want you two to walk right in the front gate. Let me explain." I watched the panel truck travel down the road and get smaller and smaller until it disappeared. Up ahead was the hulking form of the DIL plant. It was big and gray and topped by smokestacks billowing up clouds of dark smoke. All around the plant was a high metal fence topped by strands of barbed wire. And all along the fence, at regular intervals, there were poles with lights on top. At night, when the lights were turned on, the grounds were as bright as day, and we could see the glow in the sky from our house, almost 5 miles away. I couldn't imagine how anybody could ever break in there without being seen. We walked cautiously along the fence. Jack carried the paper bag tucked under his arm. At the driveway leading to the main gate, there's a big guardhouse and a gate with a long striped arm blocking our way. "I'll do the talking," Jack muttered to me as the guard stepped out of the guardhouse. "Hello, boys. What can I do for you?" "Our mom forgot her lunch this morning," Jack said, holding the bag up. "She called at break and asked us to bring it to her." "Who's your mom?" he asked. "Betty Braun." "We came as fast as we could, but it's a long way to walk," I threw in. My brother shot me a murderous glance. "How far did you come?" the guard asked. "All the way from Whitby," Jack told him. "My goodness, that was mighty nice of you boys to come all this way." "Can we give it to her?" I asked. "It's almost lunchtime, and we have to walk all the way home again." "Maybe I can make arrangements for you to get a ride on one of the trucks leaving here," he said. "They're not supposed to pick up people, but maybe I can convince one of the drivers to bend the rules a little." "That would be great," Jack said. "I'll see what I can arrange while you boys go and deliver your mother her lunch. Do you know which section she works?" "She works in J section." "That's close. You go straight through the front door and take the corridor on your left. Look for the signs. You'll pass by sections N, M, L, and—" "That's okay. We know exactly where we're going," Jack said, cutting him off. "Hurry right back. I think there's a truck getting ready to leave in 30 minutes. "Thanks, we will," Jack said, as we scurried around the big bar and walked toward the building. Once we were out of sight, Jack slugged me on the shoulder. "You were supposed to keep your mouth shut." "Yeah, but it worked, just like Bill said it would," I said under my breath, wincing a little. "He didn't even look in the bag," Jack agreed. "But what if he had?" "Then we would have done what Bill said and told him to call the head of security and have him call Bill." Jack held open the big door at the front. The foyer was empty. Off to the left was the corridor leading to where our mother was working. We turned to the right. There was a set of stairs, and we started to climb, just as Bill had told us to do. We circled around and around and around, climbing to the top, 4 stories up. There was a door there, and on the glass, in large letters, was the word security. Jack knocked loudly. The sound echoed down the stairwell. He knocked again. "Hold on," called out a voice. I took a deep breath. The door opened, and a large man, dressed in a suit, stood there. He looked surprised to see us. "Are you Mr. Granger?" Jack asked. "Yes, I am. And who are you two?" "We've got a delivery for you," Jack said. He went to take the bag from Jack, but Jack pulled it away. "First, you have to read this." He handed the man a letter. After he'd opened the envelope, he looked at us wide-eyed. He held the letter on an angle, and I could see that written on it was one word in large print. It simply said, "Kaboom." "I don't understand." He looked up in confusion. "Is this some sort of joke?" "Bill said you'd understand," Jack said, as he finally handed him the bag. Bill sent you. Us in the bag." He opened up the bag and slowly shook his head. "Clay." "But it could have been something else," Jack pointed out. "And you were able to sneak in here with this?" "Not really sneak. We just walked in the front gate. We told the guard that we were bringing our mother her lunch because she forgot it." "Your mother works here?" Mr. Granger asked. I nodded. "I didn't see this one coming. Kids bringing in a fake bomb. I have to hand it to Bill. Nobody is more creative in figuring out how to destroy this place. The man is a genius. Thank goodness he trains agents for our side. Thanks to him and the efforts of the other agents he's trained, I've been able to tighten up security in more than a dozen ways." He paused. "Do you think you two could do me a favor?" "It depends," Jack said, turning and giving me a wink. "Depends on what?" Mr. Granger asked. "What the favor is," Jack explained. "It's not difficult. I was just hoping you could deliver something to Bill." "It depends on what it is," I said. It was my turn to wink at Jack. Mr. Granger walked over to a filing cabinet and opened the bottom drawer. He pulled out a box. These. "What's in the box?" Jack asked. I wondered if it was another fake bomb. "Open it up and have a look," he said. Jack removed the lid. It was a box of cigars. "These are Bill's favorite, and he said I had a bet on whether or not he could infiltrate the plant this week. I lost. Again." The phone on Mr. Granger's desk rang, and he reached over and grabbed it. "Hello? I was wondering how long it would be until I heard from you." Mr. Granger moved the phone away from his face and mouthed, "It's Bill." "Yes, they are very nice young men, and I'll make sure that nobody here at the plant discovers the role they played. As far as the guard is concerned, they were only here to deliver a meal to their mother." Mr. Granger listened as Bill spoke. "Don't rub it in. I've already given the cigars to the boys to deliver to you." Again he listened, nodded his head, and then turned to us. "Bill will pick you up on the highway on the way back to Whippy." "We already have a ride," I said. "You do? The guard is arranging for us to get a lift with the truck heading out of the plant," Jack explained. Mr. Granger laughed out loud and then picked up the phone again. "Apparently your two agents have not only successfully blown up the plant, they've convinced one of our guards to break regulations and provide a getaway vehicle to escape the scene of the crime. These are definitely two of the best agents you've sent my way. I think they could easily break into your camp." Again, Mr. Granger listened while Bill spoke. Then he laughed. "I'll take that bet, double or nothing. Why don't you tell them?" Mr. Granger passed the phone over to me. "Hello, Bill. This is George." "Hello, and congratulations to both you and your brother. You did an excellent job. First class." "Thanks. We just did what you said." The best agents are often those who listen to their instructors the most closely. I was hoping that you could follow one more instruction. Could you bring me the cigars? We already have a ride home, but maybe. It doesn't have to be today. Any time within the next few days would be fine. I'd like you and your brother to deliver them right here to the camp. Is there a front gate we should go to, like here at the plant? I asked. There is a front gate, but if you go there, you'll never get in. Why won't we? Because nobody is allowed through the front gate without official clearance. But you want us to come there. I want you to try to. That's the subject of a little bet that Mr. Granger and I have just made. He believes that you and your brother could break into the camp. If you can successfully deliver these cigars to the main house, then he will win. Are you interested in trying? I need to ask Jack, I said. I put the phone down to my side and turned to my brother. Bill wants us to try to break into the camp. Do you want to do it? Go on, give it a shot, Mr. Granger urged. They try to break into their own camp even more often than they try to break in here. It can only help security. When? Jack asked. Any time in the next few days, I said. Tell him we'll do it, Jack said, if he has a soda waiting for both of us when we get there. I smiled and picked up the phone. Jack said that. I heard him, Bill laughed. 2 sodas will be waiting at the officer's residence. Take care and good luck. Thanks, I said, and I returned the telephone to the cradle. Thank you for taking up the challenge, boys, Mr. Granger said. Now all you need is an advantage. What do you mean? Jack asked. Surprise is the advantage you need. He's expecting you in the next few days. How about if you try to sneak into the camp in the next few minutes? I'm proposing that we leave, climb into my car, and I can have you at the edge of the camp within 15 minutes. What do you think? I think that might work, Jack said. But could you drive us to our house first? We have to pick up a couple of inner tubes.